All right, guys. JoJo on the radio, Kiss FM, obviously, and I'm recording this interview on Zoom, so you can see this video on kissfm.com. But my buddy Michael from Five Sauce, how you doing, man?
What's up, dude?
What
Nice
are
and
you
early.
yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah, we recorded it. We're recording this interview super early, and I thought that God, Michael must be in Australia. I don't know at the time. I don't know what time it is there, but he must be in Australia to want it this early. And you thought the same thing, right?
Yeah, I was like, wow, JoJo likes to get up and at it in the morning. Fair enough. But nope, we were all fools. None of us wanted to do it this early.
Whose bad idea was it? Oh man! And by the way, I can tell we both have, and once again, you can see this video on the site, but we both have the quarantine outfit on, which means we've washed our hands 1,000 times, but we brushed our hair probably once over the last week.
That's incredibly accurate. I feel like I've lived in the same clothes for like the last 2 weeks straight.
Ain't that?
I'm disgusting.
Oh man, I'm with you, man. We'll get to the album and all that stuff, man. But which obviously I've heard a couple of tracks from, just amazing. You guys are, doing your thing. Huge congrats. But once I'll get to that. First things first, though. How you and the guys doing this quarantine, this corona, it's crazy. How are you keeping from going stir crazy when you're normally on the road and now you're in one room?
Yeah, I mean, it's like insanely weird. I don't think that we ever in our whole lives could have expected that we would have been releasing an album under these conditions, So I think it's interesting because we're trying to adapt to it and trying to figure out how we can still feel connected to everyone who's listening. But I mean, we were meant to be across the world like 3 times by now. We were meant to be like in 4 continents already, like having played, acoustic shows and actual shows across the world. And now it's just like, we're just like sitting here, like hoping that people are going to listen to the records. So it's weird, but also like, it's just a necessity right now. It's just kind of what we have to do, which is fine. And we're learning to adapt. So we've been doing some different things with the fans. Like we want to get together and do like listening parties. We want to do like some more live streams like we used to and stuff like that. Just kind of just doing what we can.
I've been saying this a couple of times, but I'll drop my description on you. Does it feel like, and we're all going to get through this, we're going to be fine, we got to be smart, wash our hands, all that fun stuff, but I feel like we're living in a sci-fi movie. We're in a movie.
It is kind of like that, except that, at least right now, it doesn't seem like it's a virus that is insanely, like harmful for people who are younger. But imagine when at some point, if there is a virus that is to like the majority of the population, it's going to be like horrifying. I feel like this is like a taste of what that could be like.
That's a frightening thought. Like a taste of the zombie apocalypse in a way, if you will, which
yeah. It's weird because when you go to like some grocery stores and like you see everyone in like masks and the stores are empty, you're like, what is going on? You're like, how is this actually even happening in real life? It's so weird. It's like honestly just so weird.
It is nuts. By the way, I was talking to another artist. I don't know if you know Bryce Vine or not, but he was, he was walking through, I don't know where, and some fans wanted a photo, and they had the mask on, so they were clearly concerned about social distancing and whatnot. But they asked him for a photo. He said sure, and they just did the typical jump right next to him, boom, hugged all up on him, took the pic, and then back to their social distancing. So I think we need a new norm or a new rule. If you happen to be out, which is crazy for someone like you, Michael, because people are going to see you and want to pick. But I think the new rule should be whoever wants to pick, stand 6 feet in front and like you jumping back and do some crazy pose or something.
Like
that's crazy. Bomb. Yeah.
I was like, it's so freaking hard though, the whole thing, you know? It's just so like there's so many what should be like technicalities and just I don't know, it's tough because I would never, you know, if I met a fan and I was out there and, you know, I know that, you know, it might be really important to them that they've run into me and they might have been a fan for a really long time. And I feel like it's hard for me to not want to be like, come here and like, give me a hug because I know this is important to you. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I probably have to learn to adapt better anyway.
Yeah. It's hard to say no to someone who supports you and your music and loves you. It's so awkward. Like it's awkward for me to keep my distance when I have to. Hey, how are I know you keep in touch with the guys, obviously, you know, with this album release and whatnot. How's everyone? How are all the guys doing right
I think everyone's doing pretty well. We try and catch up a lot on Zoom. We've been Zooming together.
Right.
Which has been weird because I've never even heard of Zoom in my whole life. And then now in the last 2 weeks, all I hear about is, hey, Zoom this, Zoom that. I'm like, what is happening? So we've been chatting on there. I mean, obviously we text all day, every day, you know, trying to plan stuff for this record. But I think everyone's doing well. Callum came by my house yesterday, dropped me off a bag of like stuff. He dropped me off like a bag of cookies. It had like wellness things, like tea. And he was like, hey, I left something at your doorstep. And I went out and checked it. And it was this like full-on care package.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, dude, you didn't even knock. You didn't text me, say, hey, I'm out the front. Nothing. He just left it and went on his way. And I was like, I don't know. That's sad. I was sad. I mean, I was so happy. I was really happy because I was like, that's so thoughtful. But I was also sad because it's not really acceptable for him to want to come in here. So
he probably didn't want to put you in that position either where, you know, he didn't want to put you in that spot where should I let him in or not? So I guess I see his point too, you know.
But to be fair, I've been texting him all week like I want to hang out, which I do.
Oh, that's okay.
I don't know.
I guess you know when it comes to like families and like we families and super close friends who live roommates hang together. I think you guys are, you know, does Five Sauce. You probably. You don't have to social distance. You're basically family, right? So that's
and
right.
I think it's like as long as everyone is being cautious and staying away of like particularly elderly people, then I think we can hang out. But we've all been too scared to, so we haven't.
God, no doubt. Well, once again, Michael from Five Sauce on the phone. A final question before I get to the album. What are you binge watching? Give us a couple of Michael recommendations. Or are you binge watching anything? Oh, gotcha.
Love is Blind, which has been tough to watch. Started watching The Morning Show. That's really good. Check that out. Oh, there's one, Hunters, on Amazon. Have you heard of that one?
Yes, I started watching that one with Al Pacino.
So good.
Yeah, that's legit.
So good. And then we started like this challenge that we want to do because I've got a couple of roommates who live with me. And we want to do this challenge where one morning we put on Lord of the Rings, the extended edition, and we watch it 1, 2, and 3 all in one day, which I think is probably about like 13 hours of TV. So
that seems like a legit idea right there. For real.
We want to see if we can do it, but it might be too. But if there's any time that you can do it, it's gonna be friggin' quarantine
right now. Yeah. All right, Michael Clifford from Five Sauce on the phone. Let's take a pause on the radio. We'll come back and we'll talk album, play the single, all that stuff. So you guys don't move. And if you guys want to see this video, by the way, kissfm.com, you can see us looking good.
Right about so now. Good, man. We look the best we've ever looked.
Yeah. All right, guys, it's Kiss FM. It is Kiss FM, JoJo on the radio with Michael Clifford from 5 Seconds of Summer. How anxious are you to get back on the road? At some point it's going to happen. You must be just chomping at the bit.
Yeah, dude. We were meant to be out hitting Europe in a month and a bit maybe. And like, hopefully we could go and do that. I highly doubt it, but you know, hopefully we can still do the US tour. Like hopefully by that point in the year, things have kind of slowed down. But like canceling a tour is like, we've never had to do that before in our whole career. We've never canceled a show. We've never like, maybe we've canceled one. There's probably one person out there who's like, hey, you canceled this thing. But I don't know. We've maybe canceled one. We've got a pretty good track record. So, you know, and playing live is just so insanely important to us. So we're just hoping that we can still do the rest of the year. And, you know, we wanted to go to South America at some point, and hopefully we can still make that happen. And don't know.
That's a nice yawn there. Love it.
Oh, dude, I can't stop yawning this morning. This is why we should never do interviews this early, because I'm just the whole interview. I'm just like,
ever. Oh, Jesus. I saw it on your throat. You look, at least you're healthy. All right.
Yeah, well.
Let's talk this album, man. The album, of course, Calm. Why the title? Which I guess I love the title, especially right now, because I need to, you know, but why Calm? Talk about this album, Mr. Michael.
Do you get it, Jojo? Do you understand the title?
Do I understand the title as in how to be calm?
No. Do you know what it means?
Oh, okay. I don't.
It's the acronym of all of our names.
Oh, well,
Callum, Ashton, Luke, and Michael.
I thought it was actually Calm. Okay, what do
well,
I know?
I like that it's kind of multifaceted, and it's like if you don't know that, then you just don't know that, and you think it's like, oh, that's a cool name anyway. But you know, Calm, as in Callum, Ashton, Luke, and Michael, has existed within this fan base since like day one. People have always been like, people have called our collective. They've been like Calm has blah 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 blah. So
I'm a bad fan, is what you're saying. I'm a terrible fan. You're
not that bad of a fan, but maybe just a little bit.
It almost spells Callum in a way too, so he got a little extra love.
It would suck if we had a member in the band whose name started with U, because then the initials would just be Callum, and then it's like Callum's album.
And yeah, but musically, sonically, you know, what can you say about it? For people who haven't heard it yet, or heard it right as we tape this, the album is not out, but when most people see this, it's going to be out.
It's full of, I mean, so many different sounds and so many different influences. And, you know, something that's really important to us is, I don't know what happened there. I thought I was going to sneeze and I didn't.
Bless you if it happens in the future.
Something that's really important to us is making sure that none of the songs sound the same. You know, we want things to feel different, and constantly as you listen to the album, you know, the songs feel like a journey, and they're taking you to different places and making you feel different things. And, you know, that's really important to us. So it's a really, really diverse album. And I know we say that on every record that we release, but we try to make that a real thing. And, you know, it's got like, it feels kind of like what we used to do, but sort of bringing it into like modern, like giving it a modern twist of where music's at now. Also sounds like, I don't know, some 90s. It sounds like some early 2000s. Like it's just like kind of encapsulates everything that we wanted to create at this moment, you know.
So I tell you what, I've told you guys this before, but and I think this is another step in that direction. I think you guys are on that brink of becoming like, you know, you guys are massively successful, but you're on that brink of becoming like that, you know, that big band, you know?
Yeah.
And I know it kind of frightened you last time, well, maybe not frightened, but when I said thinking like Coldplay, U2, that kind of next, you know, you guys are on that path. So, I mean, whatever you're doing. I mean, I know, like, look, I see your face. You're like, don't say that, JoJo, but I really feel that, you know? So.
You just have to, it's just one of those things where we just, you know, we've just tried to make music that we love. And I feel like we've kind of laid the foundations for just, you know, we love our fans, and we hope that our fans love our music, and we just want to play it and just have people hear it. And, you know, we try not to overthink it too much, because or else I feel like we might get in our heads and then do like the weird self-indulgent album that's like, blah, blah, and it's like all crazy shit. So I think we just keep it low key for now. And yeah.
Well, I'm going to play Old Me. Any quick thoughts on Old Me?
Have you seen the video?
I have seen the video, yeah.
So I love this video so much. I think that, you know, when we had this song, we tried to figure out a way that we could make it, I don't know, feel relatable to where we've come from, and sort of like the old old us, you know. So I think this video has been such a long time coming, because, you know, we've been talking about some of these places that we go and visit in this video for such a long time. You know, we talked so much about the old rehearsal studio that we used to go to. We talked so much about, you know, the Annandale Hotel where we played our first gig. We talked about, you know, where we went to my flat and we would just hang out and play Guitar Hero and stuff like that. So it's really cool being able to actually visit those places and give our fans sort of like a visual of what that is. You know, I thought it was really important.
Pretty cool, man. Well, let's play this track once again. Michael from Five Sauce on the phone. The track is Old Me on Kiss. Check this. Woo. How much time do we have left, Tara? Do I have a little time left?
You have 4 minutes.
Oh, cool. 4 minutes. Oh, geez. There we go. I got some
4
fan
minutes.
questions. There you go.
Is there a dog in the background?
I think it's... Oh, that is our cat right there.
Oh, that's a cat.
And oh, that's my wife. She's getting she likes videoing me doing random stuff here at the house. Because I'm
posted to Facebook.
Oh God. Hey guys, it's JoJo. That's Michael, of course, from Five Sauce. Hey Michael, probably the most important question. Are you stocked up on toilet paper? Do you have 100 rolls?
I am. Our Amazon auto ship came that we set up from like a month ago, and I guess we ordered some to our new place, and then it came here, and we started running low, and we were like, oh no, you know, we're running out of toilet paper. We went to like a couple of the stores, couldn't find any, and then we went to our apartment, and there was just like a holy grail of toilet paper. So feeling pretty stocked, but you don't realize you run out quick.
You do. Dude, we ordered some off of, and I've never done this before. I've never known anyone to order toilet paper from eBay, but we've got some toilet paper on order from eBay. And we also ordered some awful toilet paper, which came in. I'm calling it prison toilet paper because it's in this giant roll. I know they use it at prisons. I've never been to prison. Hopefully I'll never go, but I've got prison toilet paper. Oh my God. Hey, couple of fan questions. God, I should have saved this one to the end, but this girl, her name is Tabs. She says, do you eat Vegemite?
I do.
Do you?
But I don't while I'm in America, because if isolation isn't isolating enough, try being the one person at a table with yeast spread on your bread. It's not fun. God. And everyone's like, what is that? And everyone's like, that smells weird. And then, you know, I lose friends. So I don't need it over
God. Here. Hey, favorite guitar riff from Home?
The one in Lover of Mine, I don't know if you've heard that one, but there's like a guitar riff. It sounds like it's like shredding in Lover of Mine is really good.
You don't have your guitar handy right there that you can
I actually don't. You know, it's quite sad.
Oh, shoot. A girl named Ansel says the song "She's Kind of Hot." Are there elephant sounds or elephant voices or what? She mentioned elephant. You know.
Woo!
Yeah. Why? What is that all about? She says.
I don't know. I don't feel like I need to justify myself.
I don't think you do. What song can you perform for the rest of your life? And I guess this is not a calm question as much as it is a Five Sauce catalog question. What song can you perform for the rest of your life? And what song are you kind of sick of performing?
Okay. I could play Jet Black Heart for the rest of my life, 100%. I could play it every night and I'd be stoked. Song that I'm sick of performing, I don't want to.
Maybe it's a no comment on this one.
I don't want to dig myself into a hole here, but I'm gonna say you know the one. When it comes on and I'm on stage, oh, you're gonna be like, that one. I'm gonna say he's sick of that one.
Do you have a face you're like?
I'm like. No, it's more like lack of face. I think that's what it is. It's just like
Just kind of going through the motions.
Just playing the song.
Hey, does your mom? I've talked to some art. Well, I'll just tell you who I talked to. Ryan Tedder told me he has a song called "Apologize." One Republic, the song "Apologize," right? And he says he's played that song so much that he's actually his mind will wander as he's playing it, and he's written another song on stage in his mind as he's singing and playing "Apologize." Is similar thing with you at all, or?
I'm definitely not as talented as Ryan Tedder, so I'm not writing songs while playing other songs really well on stage. Most of my mind space is filled up with trying not to mess up. So I feel like I gotta get on his level. You know?
Well, don't.
To be fair, he has been playing "Apologize" for a very, very, very long time.
That's a fair point. Oh man, well, Michael, I love you to death. Stay safe during all this madness, and I appreciate your time. And by the way, I guess I'll pan down if you pan down. Are you wearing pants? Because I have sweats on. Do you?
I'm wearing pants. What if I was just butt naked? And
Then we get a lot of hits in this video. Hey, Michael, normally I do a fist bump to make it official, but a fake fist bump to make it official. Yeah. Michael, take it easy.
Thanks, Joe. I love you, dude. See you, man.
Love you, man.